Do social gatherings fill you with dread, leaving you feeling like an outsider? Chloe knows that feeling. This is her story of navigating a crowded room where she felt completely invisible. Discover how she transformed her anxiety into genuine connection and unlock powerful insights to help you truly belong, not just blend in. Chloe stood at the edge of the living room, the music vibrating through her. A house party raged around her, but all she felt was the tightening knot of anxiety in her stomach. The laughter and shouts felt miles away, like she was on the outside looking in. She clutched the plastic cup tighter, as if it were a lifeline in a sea of unfamiliar faces. The room pulsed with energy, but Chloe felt only a growing sense of isolation. What would I even say, she wondered, picturing herself freezing up in the middle of a conversation. A circle of friends laughed in the center of the room, their bodies close, their jokes easy. Chloe watched them, her mind whispering unkind truths. They all know each other. I'm just the boring, invisible girl. Her palms grew sweaty, and she felt like shrinking into herself. Each passing second confirmed her belief that she didn't belong, that she was different and separate. The party felt like a test. She was failing miserably. For 20 minutes, Chloe remained glued to the edge, paralyzed by her own thoughts. Shame crept into her mind, and the desire to escape became overwhelming. She started moving toward the door, a silent retreat. Her steps were heavy and slow, carrying the weight of loneliness. As she passed the kitchen, she noticed a boy standing alone by the counter. He was fiddling with the host's broken coffee machine. He looked completely absorbed in the task, brows furrowed and lips pursed in concentration. The party sounds faded into background noise, and he seemed entirely unbothered by the surrounding chaos. Curiosity nudged Chloe forward. Instead of trying to break into the tight-knit circle, she found herself drawn to this quiet corner of the house. Maybe, just maybe, she wouldn't leave just yet. She stepped quietly into the kitchen and said softly, "My old one used to do that. The problem was a little filter in the back." The boy looked up, and then a smirk of relief spread across his face. "No way, can you show me?" he asked, his voice tinged with genuine curiosity. Chloe hesitated a moment, then nodded. She moved closer, feeling the familiar flutter of nerves, but also something else. Connection. Maybe this wouldn't be so bad after all. They leaned over the machine together, examining it piece by piece. They didn't try to be funny or impress each other. They just worked, side by side, sharing small smiles and quiet comments. "You really understand this?" Sam asked, glancing at Chloe with a hint of admiration. He was genuinely impressed by her knowledge of coffee machines. "I had to fix mine a few times when it broke," Chloe said, her voice steadier than she expected. "It's usually that filter that clogs." She felt a surge of confidence. Sam nodded, and, with a few careful twists and clicks, the coffee machine spotted back to life. The sudden noise startled them both, but they couldn't help but grin. The machine chugged and hissed, then finally started brewing coffee again. The aroma filled the small kitchen, a welcome change from the stale beer and sweat of the party. They exchanged a small, victorious smile. Chloe realized in that moment that this quiet, simple interaction was nothing like the overwhelming social pressure in the living room. There was no need to perform or pretend. It was real, a genuine connection forged over a shared task, far removed from the forced interactions of the party. "What's your name?" Chloe asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The question felt less daunting than she imagined. "Sam," he said, extending a hand. "And you?" His smile was warm and genuine, making her feel instantly at ease. "Chloe." She shook his hand, the simple touch grounding her in the present moment. The buzzing in her head began to quiet. The conversation blossomed naturally from there. They talked about everything and nothing, finding common ground in their shared experiences. Chloe found herself laughing softly for the first time that evening. Sam was easy to be around, not because he was loud or outgoing, but because he was just himself. He didn't try to be the centre of attention or impress her with clever jokes. He simply listened and shared his own thoughts with honesty. The noise of the party faded into the background as their conversation deepened. Chloe felt a sense of calm she hadn't experienced all evening. When Chloe finally left the party. Later that night, stepping outside into the cooler, quieter air, she carried with her a new understanding. The anxiety was gone. Her anxiety had built a wall between herself and others because she was trying to be someone she wasn't.
The life of the party, the centre of attention.
But that wasn't her path to friendship. Her path was finding someone else standing on the edge. Someone who might also feel left out. And sharing a simple moment of authenticity. That was enough, more than enough. Chloe smiled as she walked home. Belonging didn't mean blending into the noise of a crowded room or having to be the loudest voice.